taught me nation politics. I just want to say, my mind's clear now. At last, all too well I can see where we all soon will be. There's a threat to our democracy. You slip away from myth, from the man you will see Donald Trump as he is. Biden! You're starting to believe the things they say of you. You really do believe this bullshit is true. All the good they've done, having fathers swept away. Will they get to be communists, I pray. This is a serious deal, nation. Listen, nation, I don't like what I see. All I ask is that you listen to me. And remember, I'm not a right wing, or a bot, or Russian. They've swept them all on fire. They found the new messiah. It's Wall Street and the banks, and they'll hurt you when you know it's on. I remember when this whole thing began. It all started with Ronald Reagan and Bill Clinton with the Telecommunications Act of 1996. Joe Biden did the crime bill too. Super predators, they said. And they'll crush us if we let it go too far. They will, guys. Guys, we have had a fragile democracy. A republic that was made with our founding fathers. Founding fathers that joined together as patriots, having different ideas, different ideologies. Take Benjamin Franklin. He wasn't any kind of statesman, really. An inventor, an innovator. And Benjamin Franklin once famously said, when they asked him, after the Philadelphia Convention, the Declaration of Independence was signed. This was so different than anything that any other country had previously manifested. You know, monarchies, parliament, elitists ruling as nobles, the King's Road. This was a time where everyone was created. Everyone was created, all men are created equal under God. Inalienable rights, life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. This was something that has never been tried before. This was a great experiment. And they said afterwards, when all of it was done in Philadelphia, they asked Ben Franklin, they were like, what do we have? And Benjamin Franklin said, a republic, if we can keep it. Are we keeping it, guys? Or has income inequality grown to its heights? Has legalized corruption stifled and infected our democracy, our republic, our discourse? It's been a sad state of affairs. While today we marvel at the extraordinary accomplishments of our founding fathers, their own reaction to the U.S. Constitution was very enthusiastic, but kind of like in wonder. Benjamin Franklin, like I said, ever the optimist, at the age of 81, when they were drafting it, he really restrained assessment. And his final speech before the convention was, when you assemble a number of men to have the advantage of their joint wisdom, you inevitably assemble with those men all their prejudices, their passions, their errors of opinion, their local interests, and their selfish views. He thought it was impossible to expect a perfect production from such a gathering, but he believed that the Constitution they had just drafted, with all its faults, was better than any alternative that was likely to emerge. Nearly all the delegates harbored objections, but persuaded by Franklin's logic, they had put aside their ideologies, their misgivings, and they affixed their signatures to a Declaration of Independence. And asked, like I said, afterwards, they all wondered if they could keep that republic. Well, are we keeping the republic? Like I said, income inequality has created a caste system, which is threatening the republic right now. We have 6 cable news conglomerates because of the Telecommunications Act of 1996, signed by Bill Clinton. That these guys, they have a foothold on our entire news media. They decide who hears what's true, what the narrative is, and also they decide what 2 views we're going to be arguing. Because, again, there's only 2 views in the social norms and the conventional wisdom. There's only room for 2 views. Why? Because when you rule, you divide and conquer. So if there's only 2 views, you see this in other places, other industrialized countries like Canada. They have many parties. They don't have the problems that we're facing. They don't have the polarization that we're facing. Because these 2 parties exist, there is created a polarization that we are not supposed to have. And we're not supposed to have these 2 parties. All men are supposed to be created equal. And the founding fathers, leading by example, literally rebelled against the English monarchy and drafted a constitution that was unlike anything that the world had ever seen before. We're fucking it all up, guys. We're fucking it all up. That's my point. Hey, I got someone from Arabia over here. Y'all know this language? Welcome to Tommy Nation Politics, though. I'm gonna pull it up in a second. You got me while I was thinking, okay? I'm pontificating right now. So I just want you to know that, guys. I'm pontificating. I can't do 2 things at once. I'm a guy. Y'all know this language? Dudes are not women. Women can multitask. Guys cannot multitask. I know I'm sexist. I'm a sexist guy. Did y'all see the Trump impeachment day 2? Hey, let me give you just a little bit of a sample of it. I know I'm going to get tapped by Facebook because I don't have the rights to this. And also, I don't pay the royalties to this, but I don't give a shit. I mean, they pulled Hunter Biden's story. So I'm going to go ahead and play whatever the fuck I want to play. Fuck you, ASCAP, BMI, Zuckerberg. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the motherfucking Trump impeachment trial right here. This is it in a nutshell. Ready, guys?
Cause you're a friend of worldly man and wise. Caiaphas, my friend, I know you sympathize. And why are we the prophets? Why are we the ones? We see the sad solution, know what must be done. I had no thought at all about my own reward. I really didn't come here on my own accord. Just don't say I'm damned for all time. Cut the protesting, forget the excuses. We want information, get up off the floor.
We have the papers, we need to arrest him. You know his movements, we know the law.
Your help in this matter won't go unrewarded.
We'll pay you in silver, cash on the nail. We just need to know where the soldiers can find him.
With no crowd round him,
Then we can't fail.
I don't want your blood money.
Oh, that doesn't matter, our expenses are good.
I don't need your blood money. But you might as well take it. We think that you should.
Think of the things you can do with that money. Choose any charity, give to the poor. We've noted your motives, we've noted your feelings. This isn't blood money, it's a
fee.
A fee, nothing more.
Legalized corruption has invited the people that literally smell blood in the water at this time. Lisa Murkowski, Ben Sass, Mitt Romney, the people that jump on opportunities, just like all of the politicians jumped on COVID. Don't ever let a good crisis go to waste. What is this when we spend taxpayer dollars while our deficit, remember the deficit, guys, the deficit. We're impeaching a president that's not even in office, okay? Are we giving help to people that need help? No. The income inequality is expanded, not seen since the Gilded Age because of your CARES Act, which was a funneling of wealth to the 1%, while you gave us what? Enhanced unemployment? Oh, so grateful. But you want to cut entitlements even right now. These guys are beyond the pale, I have to tell you. I didn't mean to come here on my own accord. I didn't mean to come here on my own reward. But I'm afraid, guys, if we continue to let this farce of a republic continue to come into fruition, we're damned for all time. Few believed that a new federal constitution alone would be sufficient to create a unified nation out of a collection of independent republics spread out over a vast physical space, like the colonies. And there would be new signs of disorder after 1787 that would remind Americans what an incomplete and unstable nation structure they had created. Settlers in Western Pennsylvania rebelled in 1794 because of taxes on their locally distilled whiskey. In Western North Carolina, there were abortive attempts to create an independent republic of Franklin, which would ally itself to Spain. There was insurrections to this independence before, guys. They want you to pretend like this is our first time that we pulled an insurrection. This is actually our heritage. The heritage of our country has been insurrections since the beginning. We've been rebels since the very beginning. I noticed during this trial, they really boosted up the footage. Oh, it's so violent. It's so disorderly. We're supposed to have a peaceful transfer of power. Yeah, tell that to the founding fathers. As fragile as America's federal edifice was at the time of the founding, there was much in the culture and environment that contributed to a national consensus and cohesion, a common language, a solid belief in the principles and values of America. Like I said, life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. These things are slowly becoming obsolete. And all that's left is, of course, the Democrats and the Republicans. That's not healthy for us. Remember what was before the Democrats and Republicans. It was a republic. We have been spattered with innocent blood. We have been dragged through the slime and the mud. We have been spattered with innocent blood. We have been dragged through the slime and the slime and the slime and the mud. Are we going to let this continue? E pluribus unum. Tommy Nation Politics.